Welcome everybody to another edition of WCW 2006 here in TEW 2020, as we're continuing on the road to Mayhem and the end of the run here in WCW 6 in TEW 2020. As we've got this show, the home shows for Mayhem, the 4th week of August, then SummerSlam, then we're done. But let's get rolling with Nitro, live from Billings, Montana, in front of 12,000 people. As we start with our announcers going over the big tournament matches tonight of Kaz versus The Truth and Anderson versus Alex Wright in continuation of their big feud in the main event. As they go in for the first match of the night, as Kaz takes on The Truth, and with a big old kick to the head, this gets a 78. Kaz looks good here. Truth gets, does okay. Why didn't the match, let me see here, 94-79 should have been better. Okay, lack of heat. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, just a straight up win here, Casey Healer does some, distractions on the outside, but mainly this is just Kaz doing Kaz things, and eventually nailing Truth with a kick to the head, and he advances as the first man to qualify for the actual Mayhem quarterfinals at the pay-per-view, and post-match, Kaz and Keeper celebrate to a 67. Then we head backstage, where Celine Cartier is with Lizzy Dumas and Trisha Sky, and, Lizzy and Celine Cartier are facing off as they've got the number one contender match later tonight against each other, along with Lexi James, and, Trisha is like, look, I know there's a lot of history here, and I get it. We all know the stakes tonight. Whoever wins gets the Women's World Championship shot at Mayhem, but can you just agree to be civil until the match? And Celine Cartier is like, civil? You think she's going to be civil? This one here has been causing me trouble for months. You think she's going to Watson to the title match? When, none of that happened? I don't forget that easy, Trisha. And Lizzy's like, oh, here we go again with Captivation. Yeah, I was in Captivation, but you know what? It's called the past for a reason. I focus on one thing, and that's winning this match and getting a shot at Alyssa's title. And Celine says, focus all you want, but you're not getting that shot. You think I came here to play games? I'm here for revenge. Everything your little Captivation crew put me through, all the cheap shots, the attacks, every single one you thought I was just going to disappear, right? And you think you're the only one to target Celine. Newsflash, in case you notice, I'm not on Captivation anymore. I left him for a reason. I moved on. And he's like, oh, I just believe you're some kind of changed woman now, a saint who just happened to find herself alongside Lexi James and Desiree Dawkins. Give me a break. I know you, and you're the type of person to change sides like the wind. And Trisha steps in again and says, look, enough. I'm not here to find anyone's past action. Both of you have something to prove tonight, and standing here fighting with each other isn't helping either of you get to that title shot, okay? And Lizzy's like, you know what? Fine, you're right. Believe what you want, Celine. I'm here to win this match in the ring. If you want to be personal, be my guest. When I focus on Alyssa's title, something I think you'd rather be focused on as well. And Celine says, focused? Focused? The only thing I'm focused on tonight is making sure you and Lexi know exactly what it feels to be humiliated, just like I was. And when I get that title shot, it's going to be standing at the top. Not you, not Lexi, not Captivation. And, Trish steps in again and says, ladies, can't we just, come on, tonight's the last time we get that shot title. Doesn't have to turn to war, just sit on the ring. We know how high the stakes are, and the best thing you can do, go out there, give it your all, let the best woman win. And he's like, that's exactly what I'm planning on doing, Trisha. Don't be surprised if your old buddy here gets a little extra lesson in humility tonight. And he says, oh, I can't wait. I'll be sure to give you a lesson of a lifetime when I walk out of the ring as a new #1 contender. And both women walk off, and Trisha's just there frustrated. This gets 69. Celine's gimmick is getting stale, but, well, that's going to be changing soon. Then we have backstage little angle here, as Jimmy Rave is with, Sonny Siaki is here, and, Sonny Siaki is, basically backstage saying, because any of you forgot, Sonny Siaki is your television champion. That's right, baby. Week after week, Sonny Siaki does best, dominate, entertain, and elevate this title to new heights. If anyone in the locker room or in this entire company who can be close to the greatness of Sonny Siaki, you can call it the Saki Show, because every time I step into that ring, I prove I'm the finest thing in wrestling today. And, I know you people can't just get enough of Siaki. I mean, what about you? Siaki has the looks, the talent, the gold, and the people. You all get to witness greatness every single time I step out in that ring and prove why Sonny Siaki is a television champion. And, Jimmy Ray steps in and says, oh, look who it is, Jimmy Ray. What do you want, an autograph? And Ray was like, actually, Siaki, I was just listening to everything that junk you were saying. You're the best. No one comes close to you. I figured I'd do something about it. How about you put your money where your mouth is and give me a shot at that TV title right here tonight on Nitro? And Siaki's like, you want to step at Sonny Siaki for the television title? Do you realize who you're talking to? I realize exactly who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the same guy who's going to be unbeatable, honest. Siaki, when was the last time you were beat on Nitro defending that title? You walk around here like you're untouchable. I don't see it that way, and these are to a lot of people. Siaki says, you're really trying my patience here. But you know what? You want a shot at the TV title? Fine. Sonny Siaki isn't one back from the challenge. He will give you a title shot. Sonny Siaki will give you a title shot. And tonight, in front of everyone, Sonny Siaki is going to show everyone just how big the gap between someone like you and someone like me is. And Ray, looks at him and says, "Then I guess we'll see you in the ring, champ." And Siaki just smirks. And there we go, a TV title match set for later tonight, which gets 8:51. So it was 2 minutes, and it was like those two guys. Then we're backstage, and Shelton Benjamin is, backstage with the TV title, and then we see Titus Tomko stepping up here, and Shelton's like, "You need something?" And Tomko says, "Actually, I do. I know you got a little title match coming up in Revolution. Cash thinks he's got a shot taking the battle for you, but he asked me, he's wasting his time. But when he fails, let's be honest, he will fail. I want to be next in line. That's if you're really the fighting champion you like to pretend to be." Shelton's like, "So what's that about? You want to shut the US Championship?" You realize, I've gone that ring and taken out anybody who's stepped up so far. Cash has the title shot on Wednesday, but only for a second. I'm just going to hand you a shot because you asked nicely. And then Titus says, "Who said I was asking nicely, Shelton? You think holding that belt makes you untouchable? You and I know, well, I've got the size, the strength, and the drive that title off you anytime I want. So either you step up and defend that title against me on Nitro, or I'll just have to take matters into my own hands." And I was like, Titus, you want a title shot? Fine, you got it. Let's get one thing straight. You think you're intimidating with that whole big bad bully act? I've taken down bigger, badder guys like you, so I think you can take that title from me. You're more than welcome to try. Don't be surprised when you end up like all the others. And he says, "I'll see you out there, Shelton. Enjoy that title what you can." And as Tommy walks away, Shelton just says to himself, "Just another guy who's going to learn the hard way why I'm the US champ." Decent little stuff. 81, setting up for a match next week. That is if Shelton keeps the title. And okay, we got our triple threat match, back and forth match. Lizzy looks good. Lexi looks good. Celine, everybody gets their shots in. Lizzy, hits a twist of fate for near fall. Celine breaks it up. They get in a fight. Lexi comes in, actually hits a Lexi DDT on Cartier, but Lizzy breaks it up, trying to get the pinfall herself. Lizzy and Celine go after each other, and eventually, Lexi actually gets nailed by Dumas with the twist of fate. Lizzy goes up top, hits the moonsault, but Celine breaks it up, throws Lexi out of the ring, hits Cartier with the Slice TV right into the ring. 1, 2, 3. And she stands up as the clean winner tonight here on Nitro and the new #1 contender. So we'll book that in for Mayhem as well. So that has that match. And, for the Women's Championship. So 68 overall, Singh gets a 77, Lexi gets a 65, Lizzy gets a 62. Wait, did we not, hold on. How did these three not have a storyline? I'm actually kind of shocked at this. Okay, that's on me. This probably should have been a little better because I should have slapped a storyline on it, because obviously there is one, but I guess there's difference because she's in the title one. Yeah, okay, weird. Okay, anyway, after a while, Celine and Alyssa face off as this gets a 67. Then we're backstage. Oops, I totally messed this up. Okay, this is Anderson. This should be Alex Wright. I totally got things backwards. So, yeah. I mean, it's a pretty typical Ken Anderson promo here that I guess I'm just going to say it. Yeah, it should have been, I just totally messed this up. This should have been Alex Wright, but it's Anderson, and that's fine because, you guys know the type of promos that each of them do. Anderson does his cocky a-hole stuff and sets up the match for later tonight. I want to do an Alex Wright promo because, he hasn't had some promo time. But, you also know what he would have done. But this is Anderson, so, it is what it is. 91, good stuff, but I want it to be Alex. Not the end of the world because we can still do it again, but regardless, shit happens. Then we have a fun little segment backstage as America's Most Wanted is with Xavier Creed. As, we got the Cowboys and the new energetic flashy Cruiserweight walking in, and Storm's like, "Well, here comes Mr. Flash and Dash himself." Harris says, "Rate some Southern tag team action, Xavier." And Xavier takes out his earbud and says, "You guys said between two Cowboys tonight, and all about your experiences. Well, Storm, I reckon exactly your usual crown, but something we can agree on. It's a Syndicate and O'Reilly have a beatdown coming." And Creed's like, "Oh, I got no problem with that. Believe me, O'Reilly's been ducking me left and right, and that's Syndicate. They're dirty as they come." And, Harris is like, "Yeah, they need a lesson, and we're just the ones to give it to them." And Storm's like, "Tell some Creed, we're going to do things in there our way. No play, no flashy nonsense, just beat him down, plain and simple." And Xavier's like, "Don't worry, I can keep up. I might bring him a flash, but I'm fine to throw down. So don't let style fool you. I'm tougher than I look." And, everybody's agree. And, a little bit of, oddness because it's, I mean, I want to do some video game stuff, but, not quite. But yeah, 65, not bad, actually just, putting these guys over. And they actually rolled badly as far as, doing stuff. So, not the end of the world. But something slightly better here, as we have Eddie Guerrero backstage, basically, getting ready for a match next week. And, then we see a sarcastic tone as in walks the Chosen of Tank Toland and simply Johnny Devine. And Devine says, hey, look, it's the man himself, the legend, Eddie Guerrero. And he's like, so you boys here to respect the old man? I'm flattered, really. And Toland's like, no, substance says, no, we're not here to pay respects, Eddie. We should let you know next week we're not planning on rolling over just because you're Eddie Guerrero. And he's like, oh, really? Let me tell you something else, SA. I didn't hear by expecting people to roll over. But I also didn't hear by just by talking to Big Bing. I know you have a pretty good run, but taking down Guerrero, that's a whole different challenge. Maybe it is, Devine says, but we're here to take what we want. And we're the Chosen for a reason. We'll take on veterans, legends, or anybody else stands in our damn way. And he's like, you think I'm scared of two punks like you? I was taking out guys bigger, tougher, and crazier than both of you back when I was still learning how to lace the boots. But I'll give you this. You got guts to come at me like this, and that's worth about as much as a bag of chips. And Toland's like, you can laugh it off, Eddie. Next week when we're in the ring, remember that we don't care about respect or honor. We're here to win. And he's sending you packing. We'll do it. And he's like, sending you packing? Holmes, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. This is about me for me. It's about Guerrero family values. I got a legacy to uphold, so bring your best and don't bother Chosen up. So I'm not planning on losing to a couple wannabes who think they're Chosen. And Divine's like, keep talking, Eddie, but remember how long you've been around. Everybody's got an expiration date. Maybe next week. Ask Jared all about that. Oh, wait, you can't because nobody's been seeing him since we took him out. He says, you can talk all you want about Chosen, but the difference between us is I'm a Guerrero, and that means I don't just talk, I survive. So next week, you better come prepared, Holmes, because I'm prepared to let the couple greenhorns take my spot. Not now, not ever. And he gets a mixed pop here because, he's a heel, but also he's Eddie Guerrero. And, I mean, just look at these guys. You want to boo these two people, don't you? 79, not bad, basically building up the match next week. It's heel versus heel. No, it's Siaki versus Yumi Ray, who actually is a little better than I expected, with no storyline. Siaki gets the win in about 8 minutes. Back and forth match, but Siaki gets the mostly clean win in about 8 minutes. 68, Siaki with a 64, Rave with a 53. And post-match, Siaki gets in the ring and says, do y'all really expect anything different? Because once again, Sonny Siaki proves why he's the best damn thing on your television screen every single week. Every time Sonny Siaki steps into that ring, Sonny Siaki brings the spotlight with Sonny Siaki. Siaki's not here to win. Siaki's here to show the world that I am the champion of this division. Siaki doesn't care who comes out of the locker room thinking they can take me down, because nobody is on Sonny Siaki's level. 59, quick little promo just putting him over. And then we move backstage as Jeremy Borash is with Bill Goldberg. And, ladies and gentlemen, joining Goldberg. Next week, we're going on Ray in the man match. And, Goldberg's like, what's going through my mind? Jeremy, I think you know the answer to that. I know what I do best. Smashing through anybody who stands in the way. And this week, that's Bully Ray. Because, you see, this guy's turned on everyone who's trusted him. Now he can rush out over anyone who thinks stands him. It's a pattern with Ray. He's trying to make everybody fear him. But I don't do fear. I don't care if he's turning back on the truth, on Maverick or anybody else. That's his means to week. Next week, he'll find out exactly what happens when you mess with the wrong guy. And, Borash talks about Maverick Chan saving him last week. And Goldberg's like, there's a difference between going in the ring to prove something and crossing the line. Ray was out to cross the line he had no business crossing. He had won the match. That's fine. He had done what he wanted to win the match. And, everybody's got their own philosophies about that, but that's in the ring. After that, you're supposed to leave. Maverick Chance was trying the best and he lost. And then Bully Ray's trying to take him out permanently. For what? To send a message? Ray doesn't even get when you do in the ring, you have to live with it. And Ray thinks I'm around 1 second watching him try to take a shout to win. No way, that's not a doubt around here. Maverick's got guts, he may be young, he's got something worth fighting for. I can show him that sending up to guys like Ray is how you want respect, and I'll do it every damn time. You see, respect is everything. So it makes this business mean something. People like Bully Ray, who turn on their partners, who treat everyone like pawns, they don't get it. They don't get what they're in for me to prove myself every single time I walk down that ramp, but earning every win, every title, everything. And Ray, he hasn't earned anything the way I see it. So Ray, you can bring everything you want. You can bring tables, chairs, and your big mouth. Doesn't matter. You're something from me. I'm sure that bowling doesn't stop here. All those cheap shots, all those sneak attacks. All that matters is one thing. Bully Ray, you're next. 95, really good promo because it's Bill Goldberg. Then we have a backstage statement with Cassidy O'Reilly and Southern Syndicate. And, we got O'Reilly, says, look who's got the perfect tag team partners for tonight. Boys, is going to be a fun one. And it was like, you're damn right, Cassidy. Team with someone who's got the same idea what takes it ahead. That's exactly the kind of company we like to keep. And Gordy's like, that AMW and that little punk Creed won't know how we mentioned for this all week. Where they're going to food down a few pegs in the bar. And tonight we're going to show exactly who runs this place. And Macy Stepson says, let's not forget, you're not seeing the other one. Cassidy is kept Cruiserweight champion for a reason. Tonight we're just winning. We're putting AMW and their little sidekick for the night down in their place. Because being the champs, it means something standing around here, and that standard, it's a whole lot higher than anything AMW or that wannabe Xavier can reach. But you boys have the same man sight as my man Cassidy here, and we can go out there and kick some ass. And Gordy Stepson says, yeah, let's be real here. Creed is out of his league, sick of his nose where he doesn't belong. He's learned the hard way what happens when you mess with the Syndicate. And O'Reilly says, I'm going to do better myself. Creed's got a big mouth, but not much else to back it up. That's why he's still on the outside looking in while I'm carrying the Cruiserweight title. Tonight we're not just wrestling match, we're making a statement. So 59, fun little promo just to set things up. And then we have the actual match, which goes about 11 minutes. It's basically a high impact, all-out match. And then in the ring, Noble's able to, basically cheat to win. Storm can't quite make the save in time, and Noble takes him out. Does sort of like a wacky roll-up and puts his front on the ropes to get the pin for the heels over Creed and AMW, 80 overall. Xavier gets a 59, Storm gets a 79, Harris gets a 76, O'Reilly gets a 66, 62, Gordy gets a 72, and Noble gets an 88. Fun stuff, and post-match, the heels celebrate to the boos of the crowd as this gets a 66. And then we're backstage, in Eric Bischoff's office, and, both Alyssa Alexander and Celine Cartier come into his office. And Bischoff says, ladies, thank you for joining me. I know tensions are high with Mayhem around the corner, but I just wanted to say how impressed I am with both of you so far in this division. It's the exact kind of energy we want in World Championship Wrestling, especially here on Nitro. And with the two of you set to face each other on Mayhem, I've come up with an idea for next week that I think will keep that energy going. And, Alyssa says, fine, go ahead with it. I don't exactly have time for games. And Bischoff said, relax, there's no game here. Just a brilliant opportunity for a little teamwork. You see, next week, I'm booking a tag match. You two will be facing none other than WCW Women's World Tag Team Champions, Molly Mayhem with Unit Busick of European Division in a non-title match. And this is like, you want us to team up? You're kidding, right? I've got a title defense at Mayhem. Why should I waste my time on this? Here's like, waste of time. Let's as far as I'm concerned, team up with you and do some wait throwing water on a drowning man. But Bischoff thinks we're going to play nice. Well, don't get your hopes up. And Bischoff was like, well, don't be so quick to write this off, ladies. You want to prove who the best is, right? Facing European Union in some random match. It's a preview, a chance for each of you to what you've got, maybe some momentum, and if you're a smart pick about a little intel on each other's weaknesses before Mayhem. You two don't have to like each other. I don't care if you even speak to each other, but what I care about bringing in the ratings. And this brings in the ratings and keeping the women's division on fire. And Bischoff's like, fine, I'll play your game. Don't expect me to hold back. I'm here to make friends. I'm sure I'll not be giving anything away. And Celine says, you got nothing I need to learn, Alexander. As far as I'm concerned, next week is my opportunity. Make sure everything sees I'm the next WCW Women's World Champion. And Bischoff says, that's exactly what I wanted here. Now, if you two can keep from tearing each other apart, I want to make next week's match. You just might have a shot at taking down the European division. All that means if you need to discuss anything further, feel free to do it out by office. Security is already on standby. They both walk away, and 73, and yeah. Can they, get together? Very, very, very WCW booking. As this gets a 73. We have our Revolution recap, focusing on the main event, which gets a 73. Our main event gets a 94. Alex, yeah, this is the reason why I'm right from, because back and forth match. Great match, but in the end, Anderson is just that much better. Hits the Mike Check and Kenton Bomb to get the win over Alex Wright to a big pop. Back and forth match. But Anderson barely gets the win here. As Wright looks strong, gets the double RBT, who locks in the ESTF, but in the end, Anderson gets the big win here, as he gets an 81, Wright gets an 86, overall the match gets a 94, but then, Wright is on the outside, Anderson is celebrating, when the Q's music hits, to a big heel pop, as they come down and surround the ring, as just looks like it's going to be a 3-on-1 attack, along with Stacey, giving directions. Out comes Evolution, Cesaro and Lashley along with Flair down to the ring to make the save, and there's a big old stare down in the show, which gets 100. And overall, this gets us a 93. So good stuff here as we're on the road to Mayhem. Building a little tag team stuff, and of course a big win there for Anderson, as he's now part of the quarterfinals as well, as he'll face off against Kaz. As this loads up. Loading. Continuing to load. Continuing to load. Gotta love loading. Come on. Could this be a little slower? There we go. Alright, so meal-wise, Titus Tomko. I don't know why you're saying this, but okay. Stacy, good work. Bigging up the people you're managing. Angel, Angel Fox is now toned and so skinny. Yay. So if we look at Raw, we had David Flair, Air Paris, and CM Punk defeated CM and Viscera and Grandmaster Sexy. Maybe defeated Joey Matthews. defeated Maven. Molly Holly defeated Jolene Hall. Big Show winning a squash. And Shawn Michaels defeating Hoovy in just a random 99, because of course it was. Sure. They got a 2.27. We got a 2.18. So there we are. Okay, and I'll be back in just a second with Revolution. And now we're at Revolution in front of 12,000 people plus in the beautiful Memorial Coliseum in Portland, Oregon, as we're a little under 2 weeks out from Mayhem, and we start with the announcers putting over two big tournament matches in Booker T versus Chuck Palumbo and Jack Evans versus Ray Pen, and of course our main event of a U.S. title match of Shelton Benjamin versus Cash. Let's get to 70. Then our opening match gets an 81, as we have Ray Pen getting an 86, Evans gets an 89. Pen gets the win. Not the best match. Let me see. Was there a low? Okay, low heat. Okay, I guess that's the thing. Also, we got a bad roll for announcing, but still very good match. Evans flies around, Le Pen eventually overpowers them, does a bit of cheating and gets the mostly clean win, just nailing with his finisher, 81, and Le Pen celebrates as he is now the, another man in the quarterfinals. And then we're backstage. Alright. We're in Weather is with Sean O'Hare, who's here by himself for the first time in honestly probably a while, since probably his heel turn a few months back. As Umbar spouse, facing Rey Mysterio Jr. later tonight, and he says, Hair, Amy, people like to talk about big matches and huge moments like it's something new to me. Like I haven't been in the biggest main events, taking out legends and carving out my name in this business. Rey Mysterio is good, don't get me wrong, he's one of the best high flyers to do it, and there's a reason he's a tag champ right now. But when he's in the ring with me, he's stepping into the Thriller's domain, and there's a world Ray isn't prepared for. After all, when he won the world title, who did he lose it basically directly to? My man, Chuck Palumbo. So, we're former world champs, both of us, but let's get something straight. One of us is still fighting to prove he's not a fluke. So out there every night trying to convince everyone he's not a little guy who's looking to a championship. And there's me. I prove my dominance time and time. I don't convince anybody of anything. I have to go there and just show it every single night. Because you see, Ray and Sydal have had a good little run, but the Ultimate let them get comfortable. It's going to be just holding those titles for a few months, walking around like they're the ones who are in charge of this division. But tonight, when Ray gets in the ring with me, I remember exactly why he lost his last world title to Chuck, because there's always somebody bigger, badder, and more dominant waiting to take what's his. So he can fly around, both of them, and he can think he can dodge me long enough to pick up a quick win, but that's when he's wrong. I know exactly how Ray operates. I've been strong enough to face every kind of wrestler out there. He's nothing to do to me, but let me make one thing clear tonight. It's about winning match, about proving the Thrillers are the most dominant force on Revolution, bar none. And, Amy then asks about, basically, you only have your dominance because you have all this backup. And I was like, I love when people talk like that, as having allies making this list than that. When you're part of the Thrillers, you're with the best. We're united, that's why we're dangerous. Make no mistake, I don't need anybody in the corner tonight to be Rey Mysterio. That's why I'm here on my own. No Jindrak, no hair, no rain, no one would percenters. This is about me showing Ray and the entire world. I don't need backup to get the job done. The Thrillers are taking over. No, we've taken over Revolution. And the Mayhem, those belts are getting around our waists. 80, good promo. Not the best promo, but pretty good, decent. Then we're backstage with European Disunion. As, Nikita Colts with the tag champs. She says, losing to Gail Kim was unexpected. Twice was undeniable. But setbacks mean nothing. I will regain my momentum. And at least in Celine, they'll be proven next week why we are the most dominant force in women's wrestling today. And, somebody says, yes, not or not. For random, European Disunion doesn't take any breaks. That our place at the top is permanent. And who's walked up? A blonde admission of Angel Fox and Nanny Hart. And, Angel says, well, if it isn't Europe's finest, you guys sure like to talk big for people who have exactly been dominating lately. And basically, like, you two blondes lost your last title shot. So why don't you go play with your dolls wherever you win like you do? And they say, maybe so, but it's funny. At least we don't need to constantly talk about our greatness feel relevant. We just want the best, and that's why we're here to face off against the best in the best women's division in the world. And then Angel Stuff says, also, Nikki, let's not forget, we both held the Women's World Championship before. We both know what it means to be at the top, but it seems like you're the one struggling to get back up there. And Nikita's like, watch your mouth. You think because you've held that title, you're at my level. Unlike you, I don't live off past accomplishments. I adapt, I evolve, and I overcome. And, Angel says, then prove it, Nikita. Instead of hiding behind Weezy and Lolly, let's see how much you've actually evolved. Actually show off that you're actually better in that ring. Or you're just afraid to show everybody that you've lost a step. Nikita says, anytime I get a ring, I will show my greatness. Whether it's against someone like you, Fraulein, or anybody else in this company. There's a bit of a stare down, and there we go. A bit of a shift to the storyline. This gets a 74. And then we have our big tag match, as it's a Kurt Angle and his, I guess, new protege, Tony Santarelli, take on Billy Kidman and Shane Helms. And this goes about 12 minutes, and, we got Angle and Helms on the outside brawling, and that distracts Kidman just long enough for Santarelli to get a quick roll-up on Kidman, 1, 2, 3, and Tony Santarelli has just pinned a former world champion right here on Revolution. Big pop, Santarelli gets a 48, Angle gets a 97, Helms gets an 85, Kidman gets a 92, Match overall gets a 77, and they're saying, Kidman, didn't even, complain, he just took the loss. So, good boy Kidman. I may even get some money after this. But 77, and then post-match we get some brawling between Angle and Helms, and we actually have Helms going for a super kick, Angle ducking under it, going for a Angle slam. Then Helms goes for a quick, sort of takedown, and then tries to go for a Nightmare Helm Street on the outside, but Angle rolls away, tries to turn into an ankle lock, but Helms kicks it off, and they get broken apart, and, the answer is put over. It's going to be a big moment next week as Angle and Helms face off in the next round of the tournament. 67, not bad. And then we're backstage as we have the social scene, actually not backstage, but we cut to a video of earlier this week as we see the social scene leaving the nightclub as Nikki Radcliffe and Annie Vidal are heading towards the parking lot, and we hear Nikki saying, tell you that match next week. That's just beginning. We're going to keep this momentum going, and no one's going to stop us. Exactly. Social scene just getting started. We've got this girl, and then out of nowhere, Alli Dangers comes out of the shadows with a kendo stick, and she charges forward, hitting the kendo stick on Nikki's midsection, knocking her down. Then Annie Gas barely able to react before Alli Dangers is around, hitting a big strike, gets her back. And then, Alli hits it, kendo stick again, hitting both members of Social Scene respectively. And Nikki, tries to get up and try to defend her, but Alli just continues knocking her down. You think you can just dance your way to the top? This is a popularity contest. I'm going to make sure you never forget it. And Nikki's like, you're insane. We did it. And then she gets, nails her again. And then again. Next time you think you're untouchable, remember this night. Social Scene is about to relearn what real pain feels like. So 62, not, sort of a bit of a little, some... honestly, this is a very NXT parking lot moment. But, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But yeah, fun stuff as we continue the feud here. Then we have a very interesting moment as we have Paul Heyman backstage, talking to various officials and such. And then, as he's, heading, towards the, as he rounds a corner, there's a quick flicker of light, and then the light crackle and filter again. But then, all of a sudden, Judas Mesias appears right in front of Heyman. And, Heyman's like, what the hell, Mesias? What do you want? And he's like, I have something to show you, Heyman. And then he grabs Heyman by the throat. And, Mesias like, look at what happened last match. And Mesias says, no excuses, no negotiations. This is beyond your plans and schemes. I'm taking you somewhere where you will learn true redemption. And Heyman's like, I don't know what's going on, but whatever it is, I'm not interested. And, he's like, no, you don't want to do this, as Heyman is getting dragged down a dark corridor out of the arena. 68 for this. And it was Booker T versus Chuck Palumbo. So, okay, this was actually better than I expected, which, honestly, now I want to check this out. What happened here? Low experience, okay, holding back, but hot crowd, great gimmick, amazing babyface, okay. Interesting. So we got 60 for Booker because he's injured and they have no chemistry, 75 for Palumbo because, no chemistry, but the match still got an 80 as Keenan Sharp comes out and starts talking to Sharmell. That distracts Booker just long enough for Booker to basically get nailed with the full throttle in about 8 minutes. This gets an 80 and Palumbo, basically moves forward in the tournament. And post-match, Booker and Sharmell argue as this gets a 72. Fun stuff. So yeah, I sort of remember Booker and Palumbo have bad chemistry, but just sort of went to roll with it. Only had to go 8 minutes because I thought it would hurt the show, but that was actually probably one of the better matches on the show here tonight. Live and learn, yes. Then we're backstage with Cash as, he's backstage on his own, and he, says, tonight's the night, isn't it? That everyone's waiting for, the night that where I, Cash, claim the prize I always deserved, that WCW United States Championship. Now it was everything, and Shelton's the fighting champion, he's got the moves, he got the agility, he's been hot ever since he showed up. I get it, he's good, right? He's athletic, he's talented, all that. Here's the thing, he doesn't have what I have. You see, I have something called intelligence, I've got cunning, I've got the mind that can pick apart any so-called champion, piece by piece, until there's nothing left but shattered dreams and a title that's rightfully mine. It doesn't belong on the waste of some crowd-pleasing wannabe, it belongs to someone who's a weird champion who knows what it takes to win by any means necessary. And let's be honest here, Benjamin, when it comes down to it, you're soft, you're already talking about honor, talking about being a fighting champion. The reality is all those moves and crowd-pleasing nonsense, they won't save you tonight. Not when you're in the ring with someone who doesn't get up and out, doing things the right way. I'll do things the only way, my way. So put your little show on the fans, talk about being a fighting champion, but when it's all said and done, there's only be one name on everybody's lips. That man's going to be the new United States champion, Cash. Because I don't care how many people you've impressed or how much you won, the only thing people are going to remember is the man who's going to beat you, and that is Cash Money, baby. 77, not a bad promo. As we move forward to backstage, as Amy Weber is with AJ Styles, as basically Amy talks about his upcoming match against Billy Kidman in the Mayhem Tournament next week, and AJ says, "Well, Amy, here we are again. This tournament's just kind of the opportunity that gets me fired up. You're looking at the guy who's held this company's top prize. I don't here sit around and let someone else have a shot that I should be getting. As for Kidman, look, he's no joke. He's a former world champion, one of the best when he's at the top of this game. We had a battle almost a year ago at Fall Brawl. I remember every second of that fight. I know what Kidman's capable of. I know he's got backup. I know how hard you fight when you want something. But you're jumping in the ring with me, the phenomenal one. I don't care how tough you are, or how many times you're held. Next week, I'm going to show the world that AJ Styles is still on another level." And then he asks, next week if you beat Kidman, you'll be facing Ray Lepin in the quarterfinals. I managed to beat Jack Evans earlier tonight. And AJ's like, "Lepin, yeah, I've been watching. He's brash, he's confident, he has the way we're running. Look, I get it. Lepin's made himself as this cocky international star. I'll credit what yours do. The guy's got talent, but he thinks his flashy style and little tricks are, if you ask me, he's in for a reality check. Because here's the thing about being phenomenal. It's not just any catchphrase, Amy. It's where I live, breathe, and bring him to the ring every single night. Lepin may have taken out Jack Evans, and may have strutted around like he owns this place, but if in that ring with me, you've got to bring more than ego. This tournament, it's more than just getting a shot top, proving that I'm the best there is as a company, bar none. I've held the world title, I'm contending against the best. I don't deny anybody of my accomplishments or my accolades. But there's one person who's going to outshine me in this tournament, or they're about to find the hard way. Kidman, Lepin, whoever it is, I don't care. Next week, I'm going to take Kidman out, and Lepin's the ones in quarterfinals, seeing in front row sheet why I'm still the face that runs this place. And Mayhem, they're all going to see AJ Styles here to reclaim his throne. And show that I am phenomenal. 81, not a bad promo, as we move forward. As then we have a very interesting moment here, as we go to a video of basically clips of of world champion Monty Brown on Regis and Kelly, and basically we see Kelly saying the belt's enormous, says being the alpha male means you've got to carry on big things, big belts, but responsibilities. Well, if you got leave the rest to your imagination, dick joke. And Regis, because he's a wrestling fan here, asks about Mayhem and going up to Canadian, and Monty Brown says, I've been preparing my whole life to be at the top of this business, and that's exactly where I am right now. I didn't get this belt handed to me. I earned it. I did it by taking down AJ Styles, no Canyon. He's a former world champion and one of the best in the world. I respect that. But let's make one thing very clear. This is the alpha male ascendancy, and I'm not going to fail at my first title defense. And Kelly asks if he's, so you're not worried about him? And Monty says, worry isn't something an alpha male does. Ken's a tough guy, no doubt about it. When he steps in the ring to Monty Brown, it's like stepping in Serengeti. I'm the baddest man alive. And that ring, that's my jungle. And just as he says that, we hear like sort of a commotion, a little like struggle as we hear somebody off screen. We see Kanan saying, well, look who it is playing TV star. And, you know, Kanan reacts like it's a surprise, even though it's a work. Kanan says, you're welcome, Regis. I could sit back there. I couldn't sit back there and listen any longer without saying something. Monty, you keep running your mouth about being the alpha male. But the truth is, you're just a big guy with a big mouth and a big target on your back. And we're like, oh, you think you're a tough guy? Let me tell you something, Kanan. Last time I checked, I'm the one holding this belt. And that means I'm at the top of the food chain around here. And Kanan's like, yeah, and I've held it before, Kanan. Monty, if you think you're going to intimidate me with your little routine, you've got everything coming. I face some of the best of all time to get where I am, and I'll be to take you out right now. And I was like, you want to throw it on right here? Because I have no problem showing why I'm the alpha male. And I have all these fine people in this audience and out on TV. And Kanan's like, oh, I'd love nothing more than shut you up. In fact, I'm ready right now, champ. Are you? And Monty's like, let me give you a taste of what you're in for, Kanan, because at Mayhem, we're going to learn exactly why I'm the king of Singari. Right now, I'm going to give you a little preview. And, you know, basically, we get some shoving and pushing, and eventually some cruising stations come on and bring things up as, you know, Kelly and, you know, Monty, you know, react and, you know, basically put over things. 99, yeah, fun stuff. Honestly, the problem with the tournament is, like, there's not a lot of time to have these guys in, like, other matches, and, like, so I need to figure out wacky angles, and here we are. And then, as Ray Jr. comes out for his match, Sean O'Haire comes out in the entranceway and knocks him down, attacks him from behind, throws him down the ring, into the ring apron, throws him around, and the, you know, so that's like a 70, and then the bell actually rings, and we have an 83 as O'Haire pins Rey Mysterio Jr. It says, okay, it says, because I went on tainted because of the pre-match attack, but, like, he just dominates. Ray Jr. gets his spots in, but eventually O'Haire grabs him. You know, he's a little injured. He actually hit 619, but he goes for the West Coast pop. But O'Hara's ready, and because, like, Ray's a little slow to get up because of the pre-match attack, and Ray catches him. Boom, Widowmaker, 1, 2, 3. This gets an 83. Ray gets a 96. O'Haire gets an 80. Then Ninjak comes down for the 2-on-1, but out comes Matt Sydal, who comes racing in and makes a save as O'Haire and Ninjak back off, and this gets a 73. As, you know, the build towards Revolution, towards Mayhem continues. And then we have Heyman and Mesias arriving at the church. So, you know, we basically see like a dilapidated, like decrepit looking church. And, you know, Mesias shoves Heyman forward into it. And Heyman's like, all right, Mesias, this is really unnecessary. I mean, we can talk about this like civilized people. Look, Mesias, you don't need to bring your fanaticism into this. I'm just a businessman. I don't mess with my everything too. I manage champions. I create stars. And Mesias turns around and says, this is not about business, Heyman. This is about something far greater. Redemption is calling, and you have debts to pay. Wait, listen, we don't have to do this. This doesn't have to be my story. We can end this here. Mesias. So 74 for this. And then we have a backstage segment as Sonny Siaki is back, you know, basically backstage doing his usual, you know, Siaki is the greatest, all this talk about the TV title. When Matt Hardy interrupts and says, you know, I've done all this business. I won a lot of tag titles. But, you know, Siaki, I want to shut your mouth up and give you and take that TV title off your waist. Siaki basically blows him off, says, you know, yeah, you won a bunch of, you know, tag belts, but you've never done anything on your own, Hardy. 69, not bad. And then we got our natural recap focusing on Ken Anderson, which gets a 71. Then we have our main event. Okay, 79. Sort of expected this. We got a bad roll for color commentary, but, you know, could be worse. Back and forth match. Benjamin eventually gets the win here over Cash with pay dirt in about 15 minutes. Makes defense number 2 of the US title. This gets a 79. Benjamin gets an 86. Cash gets a 79. Good stuff continuing sort of like the fighting champion stuff. And Benjamin makes a save afterwards. Benjamin celebrates the title offer to a 71. Then we get what will make or break this show. Come on, give me an 85. Okay, 80. Could be worse. So, you know, we're then, you know, cut back to the church where Heyman is like strapped to an altar in the middle of the dusty sanctuary with candles, all the eerie stuff. And Heyman's like, Mesias, listen, where this is, you're going to get a huge mistake. I'm Paul Heyman. That's going to solve anything. You're only digging a deeper hole for yourself. Heyman is like, you don't understand the path to redemption. Heyman, you may talk of power of influence, but your debts must be paid. I'm simply the hand that delivers it. And he's like, oh, look, I can help you. You want redemption? I've got connections. I can get you main events. I can get you a title picture. Let me out there and we'll make a deal. And he's like, there's only deal. Only repentance. And this is the place of sacrifice tonight. You answer for your sins. No, you're insane, Mesias. Do you hear me? I'm not going to out like this. I'm Paul Heyman. And just as Mesias raises his hand, the torch bursts open and in comes Don Fry. And, Mesias turns his attention to Fry. And, Mesias basically says, it seems you've got some protection, Heyman. But know this, no one, not even this man, can keep you from our weights. I will come for you and I will come for anyone who stands in my path. And he was like, get me out of here, Fry. Let's get out of here now. And Mesias just says, retreats back and says, Heyman, this is only the beginning. You cannot escape, Kate, and neither can your soldiers. Redemption will find you soon. 80 overall for that. Unfortunately, Mesias doesn't have the best promo skills, and Heyman rolled badly, so that probably hurt from 83 or 84. Overall, the show itself gets an 86. Okay. Wanted a little better. Kate and Monty sort of saved us there. And honestly, we probably, if I was just looking for, good shows instead of, doing some booking, I would have put either the Styles Kidman match on this one. But I sort of, want some, booking, because next week we're sort of, pushing this as, a huge match as Angle Helms and sort of a dream match, at least in this universe. And then we got Angle and we got Styles Kidman in a face-off of two former world champions. So, let's see. I sort of, forgot to make a couple. Well, I forgot to advance some storylines, so I'll do that. Or not advance story, but create some storylines to advance. As you can see, sort of with some stuff that I didn't quite work out there. But, shit happens. What can you do? Regardless, we have, okay. I mean, you're not wrong, but you're, Oh, also, David Young and Hot Stuff are now known friends, and AJ Styles, after getting divorced, is now dating. So, we'll just kayfabe this as he got back with his wife, because, it was unfortunate. But, wow, okay, we're no longer part of some random title. Caliber is a 3PW champion, hurrah. But yeah, to go to storylines, well, first, we do a tournament update, so round 16, we still have Goldberg, Bully Ray, and Eddie Toland next week on Nitro, and we have AJ Kidman and Angle Helms next week on Revolution. But the quarterfinal so far is just Kane Anderson and Kaz, with everything else to be set, as Ray LePen is waiting to face either AJ Styles or Billy Kidman, and Kurt Angle or Shane Helms will face off against Chuck Palumbo. Now you guys can probably make some guesses on what will happen, but who knows? Maybe I'll throw some, spanner in the works there. Storyline-wise, Exodus Darkness is at a 78, Captivating Nitros. Okay, so I should have thrown, Yeah, I guess I should have thrown something else in there. Lack Respect's at an 86. Misty Maverick's at a 69. Never Noble's at a 78. One Spot, Two Men's at a 90. Jesus, this is my hottest feud in a long time. Respect Needs Bjorn's at a 79. Tenches is at a 70. The New Chosen's at a 72. Better Than a Pounce is at a 75, which is interesting after 2 straight 99s. That's weird. Interesting. Enlightenment's at an 80. Expanding Horizons at a 72. So yeah, I probably need to spin. Okay. Legendary's at a 78. Mercenary Moves is at a 73. Thrilling Angles at an 80. And US Title Mess is at a 77. And if we look at the rest of the wrestling world, starting with, of course, WWE for SmackDown, they had Crash Holly defeat Cody Hawk. Scott Steiner defeat Darren Doring. All Money Eric Cartwright defeat Marty Jannetty. Devon DeBoy defeat Val Venus. Rikishi, Jericho, and Regal defeat Henry, Shen Balor, and Basher. Benoit defeat Billy Gunn. And Brock Lesnar defeat Taker and Farouk in a triple threat match. So, could be worse for them. If we look at our Dev Fed and my Wild Side, I think I did not show you guys this, because it happened last week. So we had Stallings, Brett Major, and Elijah Burke defeat TJ Perkins, Matt Morgan, and Ralph Duarte. Stallings is actually pretty, he is a world-class level brawler. I'm just, because he's also a regen, so I'm not 100% what to do with him as far as that goes. He's honestly, I might change his face claim just so he looks more of a star, because but maybe maybe I'll try to figure out who this guy is and find a better picture of him or something. I don't know. Anyway, everybody else, is getting there. Hot Stuff Hernandez defeat Lance Hoyt. Sexton and John Phoenix defeat Tony Jones and Bryan Danielson to retain the Wildside Tag Titles. And then on the TV show, we had Brett Major, Bryan Danielson, and Tony Jones defeat T.J. Perkins, Matt Orton, and Duarte. We had John Phoenix defeat Lance Hoyt. And Onyx and Kurt Stallion defeat Hernandez and Sexton. And the Weekly House Show, we had Onyx and Wright defeat Andre Baker and Morgan Duarte. Hot Stuff Hernandez defeat T.J. Perkins. And yeah, interesting stuff. And then for our Women's Dev Fed, they had their right, okay, I showed you guys this, so yeah. They had, no, I showed you guys this because I went over Malika Osaka. Right, okay. Then we had Josie defeat Catherine Mendoza in a 41. Both these women have some work to do. And at Blanchard, Madison Eagles, and Mitchell McCool defeating Ashley Lane, Sarah Del and Tracy Right at Q in a 49. Biggers and Perez defeat Chambers and Madison Clare to retain the AWQ tag titles. And then we had Malika Osaka defeated Mason Kong in a 81, because of course they did. Yeah, like, Osaka's, like, stupidly over in the Southwest, like, and she's really good. She's just, like, I know I could just bring her up and have good matches, but, like, I want a character here, and, like, veteran, like, I'm thinking maybe something with, like, Gail Kim, maybe eventually, or bring in, like, as part of, like, a veteran tag team with some other, like, older person, but I just, like, yeah, I just don't know what to do exactly with it. It's like, yeah. If, like, yeah, she's been great down in AWQ forever. But I'm still not 100% sure what to do with her. Yeah. And then if we look at HWA, they had a big show. Alex Shelley's still the TV champion. Let's see what else. The Miz is still there, doing Miz stuff. So yeah. And if we look at OVW, OVW's also doing OVW stuff. Nothing that exciting really going on as far as their booking goes. So then if we look around the wrestling world, news-wise, if we go back to, hold on, where are we? All right, hold on. Yeah, I always forget this, so yeah. All right, so yeah, Wild Stats of Survivor, I went over. Stampede Wrestling had a big show. Kevin Steen versus Alex Rain was the main event. And yeah, that's about it. Let's see here. Yeah, not a whole lot of, I mean, ROH had a big show. Alex Shelley versus Mac Quackenbush was the main event, even though it's still Ring of Violence at this point. Amazing River versus Z-Bar. Roman Roselli, Master Spawn is still the Wonder Woman champion, sure. Good Silvia Lopez is doing work in other places. Yeah, not a ton going on here. One of these days, like, I'm going to go through, like, the Ring of Honor roster from, like, 2006 and figure out where they all are, like, in this universe, because I'm just interested in, like, how bad are things. We got Frankie Zarian defeat Todd Sexton to retain the Iron Universal Champion. Scott lost Super Dragon defeat Shane Ballard and Bison Smith. Michael Modest defeat Brett Albright. And yeah, nothing really much of note there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's where we are. We have, again, these are like shorter videos than a little bit usual because we don't have like as many like big promos because we're focusing on the Mayhem Tournament. But next week will be like, you know, oh, actually I want to do one other thing, and that's do a little bit of pre-booking. Right, because, hold on. I feel like I've... Oh yeah, that is one thing we can't pre-book. So we can now pre-book officially Kaz versus Kenny Anderson. And we can... I feel like there's something else I'm totally blanking on that we could pre-book. No, not really because of the tournaments. But anyway, so that is it for now. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and give it a like. Comment below what you're liking and not liking. And of course, subscribe to our channel for plenty of this content, including when I measurably moves over TW9 after SummerSlam 06. And of course, my TW9 Pittsburgh Steel Wrestling series. But that's all for now. So talk to you later. And adios. Have a good one.